There we go. It was just a little odd. Started up the stream this morning and just all the audio decided to be a bit broken. Just a smidge. So, I'm gonna go through and figure out what happened. Which didn't figure out much, to be entirely honest. Besides everything just broke. Settings were forgotten. Things were not where they were supposed to be. But, it is functional now. And we should be up and running. So, what am I doing today? Today is going to be working on getting the gear I need for my build. Thankfully, I already have the bulk of it. Lucian and Rage are already on there. I don't have a Tybalt's in my build. And Romualdnes goes away, and I need to pick up a Banished Lords. I already have a Banished Lords over here, maybe? There it is. So we'll go ahead and drop that into this tab. This tab here is my gear that can potentially go into the build. So I'm just kind of collecting a bunch of junk that may or may not have the right stat lines from the build I'm putting together, and then we're going from there. Strength and life for maces. Strength, life. It's cool. No swords. And amulets are pretty much useless. Don't need helms. Don't need that. Soul brand, I don't know if I have yet, so we'll just go ahead and throw up here for later sorting. Torso is still going to be Rage. Oh, look, another soul brand. We'll sort you later. We are using a axe, not a sword or a polearm, just a good old axe. And the axe is coming with strength and max life and overpower. So we have one here. Here. And they're not going to be great rolls. We're just going for functionality. Here's doesn't work. I know I already have better. Huh. A resource cost reduction. Well, we'll throw you over there as part of build testing. Pole arms. I don't even think I've seen a build with pole arms as of yet. So I'm at a loss. On swords, I'm not gonna really fuck with those because they will very much replace what I'm currently using. Oh, it's coming over here. Strength max life. Yeah, that's a really bad rolls. Don't need you, don't need you, don't need you. Nobody uses axes anymore. They're not in vogue. Let's see. Strength, max life, fire. I'm going for armor, attack speed, lucky hit on gloves. So, wish me luck. Those are decent gloves. Strength, max life, fire. I have armor, crit, shadow. I'll put those over here for now. For the pantaloons, we need resist all, max life, strength. Technically, they work. Just know that max life roll is you. That's a pretty good roll on boots, not gonna lie. If I wanted armor. For boots. Armor, move, resist all. Decent roll. I'll see if I can just kind of hodgepodge those in depending on my resists. Okay, rings, we're looking for attack speed, lucky hit, and resist or strength. And amulets are going to be elsewhere. For context, if anyone is not tracking, actually, I don't think anyone would be tracking. I started doing this weekend while I was not live and streaming. I got a hair up my back end after talking with one of my friends. And there's an aspect that just really caught my interest. You get to throw down these little, like, blood blister things whenever you overpower. And they explode, doing a very reasonable amount of damage.
Come back if you need the forge.
He uses it on a rogue. I really wanted to put it into my whirlwind build because it would have fit in perfectly. But it triggers off of overpower. And you cannot overpower on a channeling skill ever. There's nothing that allows you to trigger overpower on a channeling skill, even if you have forced on next cast overpower. I can see why, from like a game code perspective or a balance perspective, that's not a thing. So no argument here. It's, you don't want me overpowering on a channeling skill that I can then keep running for 5 minutes, in theory. Especially in like the horde modes we have. So I can start my spin to win, and as long as I see that it procced overpower, just keep spinning, and every single time I touch somebody it's overpowered. No. That's just absolutely bonkers broken. So, I get it. It just makes me sad. Primarily focusing on axes. Let's go through this. Not you guys. Your bonk stick. How is my bonk stick looking? That is going to be my primary weapon. Because I need the two-hand mace for a few different abilities to set off correctly. And to proc certain things more often. If I was using a one-handed mace, it would proc half of a two-handed mace. And I think if I have two one-handed maces, such as if I'm swinging with dual wield, I think it essentially turns into a two-handed mace for the statistics, or for the numbers and the math. But I'm not risking it. And also, it's a bonk stick. The bigger the bonk stick, the better. So, there we are. Where did that window go? I did publish this build up on D4 Planner, or Max Rolls D4 Planner, so you can find it in the listed builds on their website. Not in the build guides. Sadly, I cannot figure out how I can write my own guide, and I think they only allow staff members of Max Roll to write guides. So maybe I'll get fancy enough and prove that this build works, and somebody will write a guide for it. That'd make me so happy. But being realistic, this is more just a pet project. I want to see if it pops off and does something really, really dumb. Axes. Strength, life over. Strength, life over. You are a numero uno. We will give you a tag. You're cool. Bonk sticks. Strength, life, fury. I can work with that bonk stick. And nobody uses full arms. You don't care about you. Okay. Now let's move on to the gloves. We want lucky hit, attack, armor. I mean, that's really good. That's going into my current build. Because also, if this flops, I'm still sticking with my pre-existing build. We were looking at armor, attack, lucky. Huh, wrong button. So I can find one for pants. Resist all, life, strength. Reasonable rolls. Reasonable-ish. Of course, when you're first starting out a build, you don't go straight for the GA gear and try to absolute best. You want to theory craft this stuff. We're on to boots. Boots are armor, move, resist all. I have a fair bit of resist all on here. Resistances were something I was having difficulty with, and that's probably going to come down to the Paragon board. I had an X-Files in here, so we'll hold on to it. In the original build. It's been modified 10 different times since starting. So rings are going to be attack speed, lucky hit, resource, or strength. We'll see if that fits. Oh, double GA with 2 lines I want. Queued. And we'll see if that works. That crit strike chance? No, I don't have a crit strike chance. Also not really crit striking. We're going for guaranteed overpowers. The crit strike is nice, don't get me wrong, but we haven't rammed that damage really at all in this build. 1 in 5 hits will crit strike, from what I can tell right now, because I have a 21.7% chance. I don't necessarily know where I got that high of a chance. I'll have to take a look through the build, at least according to the D4 planner. So I have a 21.7% chance to crit strike, but I'm only doing an extra 50% damage on top on the crit strike. So maybe I can roll on some crit strike damage somewhere if I find holes. But I also want the lucky hit kind of high. Like right now it's a 43.2% chance lucky hit bonus. So Yeah, that's additive. 43.2 bonus lucky hit chance. And then the skill of Hoda has a lucky hit chance of 50%. So I think I'm getting a 93.2. I have to go look at the math and figure out how that system works. Or maybe somebody can explain it to me. But I'm trying to break things. Yeah. Where was I? Rings. Critical strike chance, critical strike damage, and damage. I mean, that's just a damage ring. I'm gonna kind of sit on that because that's cool. I need to clean up that stash tab too. Max life, damage over time, no. Max life, damage overpower. Cool, but no. Ooh. Vuln resource cost reduction. I do have a resource. I don't think I put any resistances on my rings though. No, I have a fire resistance roll on there, but that's a kind of, if I was following a build guide, they would say resistances as needed. So we'll roll with it. No. Lucky hit. Roll. No. No. Strength attack speed. Okay, we'll take it. We're not using any of these, so as long as you're not too fancy. Eh? That's actually decent. +2 weapon mastery skills with a resource cost reduction would make a lot of people happy. I'm gonna stick this down here. I don't really have a sell tab yet because the new event pretty much turns into a gear dump. Well, you're hunting for gear. Once I'm done hunting for gear, then that'll be a different story. But if you want to keep running it, you pretty much just need to have like 3 tabs dedicated.
The forge is always hot.
Alright, let's go and sort you. No, no, no. See if you're cool. You're not cool. You're kind of cool, but not as cool as what I got. What is with the stupid amount of swords that are dropping? I feel like everything I do is just like, here's a sword. I don't want that sword. Well, you got one. Armor attack lucky. Nope. Pants. Resist all. Life strength. Those are boots, but I don't see movement speed on it. That's a terrible roll for movement speed. Not as bad as I get. Come on. Pretty garbage rolls on this overall. We'll just go ahead and scrap it. It's not GA, so it's not really worth saving. Strength, max life, resist all. Interesting. I can probably drop the armor. Requirement on boots. Resist all, movement speed. I went for max life instead. These would work. Resist all, max life, and then roll the movement speed on. The movement speed won't be GA'd, but this is more theory crafting and proof of concept at this phase. So, we work with what we got. It's a decent roll on a Lockerns. Lupins? Okay. Why do I have a chest in here? Not even gonna try to. Alright, let's go through this. Again. What do I have a 200? What is going on with my brain when I was doing this? How tired was I? I'm at a loss. But that's okay. That's what we're here for. Oof. Let's start at the top. Two-handers. Bonk sticks. Let's do bonk sticks. Okay. I'm going to take a look at the bonk sticks and see what we got going there. Bonk stick. We want strength, life, overpower. You had strength, life, and overpower already on, but you are a slashing, which also wants strength, life, and overpower. So you are still staying tagged. Life and overpower. Meh rolls. Strength, life, nothing. Meh rolls. Strength, resource cost reduction. Good roll on strength. Above average roll on resource cost reduction. Strength, life, and damage. I'm not liking that life roll. If I'm being entirely honest, it's just not selling me. Why did I suddenly start picking up axes? I have a better axe. We need the coffee to kick in. Let's put you three down here. Life, damage, overpower, straight damage, overpower, and resource cost reduction. And that plus 90% damage is nice. It's really nice, to be honest. With this build, because we're just going for big Hoda hits. Which I know is not a very uncommon theme, for being entirely honest. But I think overpower is underrepresented as a stat line, because we have so many different ways to trigger overpower in especially a barbarian build. But it comes down to core skills. The preferred core skill to do something like this is sadly a channeling skill. Whirlwind. So then you gotta take a look at what are your other core skills. Let's come over here. Pop out this skill tree. We only have a few core skills. We got Whirlwind, Channeled, Hammer of the Ancients. Okay. AoE, relatively low cost, decent lucky hit chance. Upheaval, tears up the ground, flings a bunch of damage. Could be better, but its lucky hit chance is really low in comparison. And we know we can make Hoda a AoE just like Upheaval is. So I don't know why Upheaval's winning, if that makes sense. I mean, yeah, we can stun them all, but I can do that other ways. If I damage at least 2 enemies or a boss, I gain Berserking for 3 seconds. Increase to 5 if it damages at least 4 enemies. Cool. I have other ways to gain Berserking. I might shift it over to an Upheaval, but Hammer of the Ancients specifically uses Bludgeoning, and that's what I like. Double Swing, in theory, goes a lot faster, and so we're gonna kind of play around with it. And I'm staying away from Rend. Nothing against Rend. I just feel that its base damage is too low, and it's relying on bleed damage. If I'm going into a full bleed build, Rend all day, every day. What I need is raw damage. Which I guess Upheaval really does succeed in, but we'll play with it. This is theory crafting. And the only theory I have is I want to hit something. What was I? Aces. Strength, max life. I like you, but I don't want to roll you for this. So I'm going to bring this one. You are going to get delegated to the other place. For the slashing weapon, it doesn't really matter with the concept I'm going with. We do have bleeds in the build, so we can proc bleed to proc stuns and some other things going on, and increase damage to bleeding targets and decrease damage or damage reduction from bleeding targets, things like that. And bleed is not a damage point. It's a status condition that we get to pivot off of for other wonderful things going on. So I don't really care what the I'm drawing a blank on the term. The baked in stat line. Like critical strike damage is on two-hand swords. Damage over time is on axes. Bonk sticks have overpower damage. So on and so forth. So I don't really care. It just is and exists. So we have our slashing. We have our bonk. Now we need 2 one-handed maces, because we are trying to get the line on those. If we can do bludgeoning, we go with a bludgeoning weapon, because they have the overpower damage plus prefix, I think is how we would call it in Path of Exile, maybe? Yeah, prefixes and suffixes, and yeah, anyways. Overpower is what I care about. Now for the one-handers, strength, max life, overpower. Shocker. I'm very original. Good strength, good max life. We will bring you down here. Decent strength, decent max life. We'll bring you down here. Good strength, reasonable max life, and an overpower. Bad roll on the overpower. Fair. It's gonna get. It's a native 3. I don't need to roll the thing. Now let's get some of the others. Oh. Found our one-handers. Alright, so we have our weapons. Weapons are hashed out. Let's go and resort. Let's move on to armor. Gloves. I only got 2 options. And for gloves, we wanted armor, attack, lucky. I didn't get a pair of gloves. That qualifies for that. I'm liking these ones more. And I do need an upgrade to my gloves. But punts. Pantaloons. Resist all max life strength. Let's just bring you guys down here so I can see you all in a row. Strength is eh. Resist all is good though. Just kind of garbage rolls. Not liking it. Making garbage rolls. Jeez Louise. Okay, you... This pair of pants won simply by having a max roll. It's not even a good one. You succeeded in not sucking as bad as everyone else. Good job, Paints. Boots. Armor, movement, resist all. Resist all. Strength, max life. Okay. Yeah, we were, or I was saying, not we. I was discussing I could probably drop the armor and go for a max life roll. As long as I'm master working, because my armor will bump up. Ooh, the movement speed's nice on this one. That's already baked in. Alright, resist all, I believe, is easier to roll than movements. Well, another boots. They should be just fine. You know what? We will keep both of you. I do prefer this one because of its prefix. It's locked in. The evade grants plus 125 movement speed for 1.5 seconds. Because that ties into the shouts, and we can just move stupid fast. If we're doing the right things. And then dodge to move fast as well. It just kind of works well with barb builds, especially because I don't have a skill in my skill bar for this theory crafted build that just launches me across the screen. This is definitely a slog it out on foot kind of build. Probably going to be decent at speed clearing. But we're not doing that leap shenanigans stuff. I'm not a huge fan of the leap shenanigans stuff. I feel like there's too much happening on the screen in endgame content already. And then you're instantly, like, transporting yourself across the screen every second you possibly can. And, yeah, it keeps you, like, ahead of enemy damage to a degree. But all it takes is one ballista sitting in a corner. You come down and land. You're on cooldown and thwack, you catch a ballista to the dome. Well, it's not a hardcore character. I hate that. I'd rather step forward and watch everything die and then run through. Just me. I got skills for that. Well, for the running. Yeah, we'll keep both. Don't know which one we're going to go with. We'll see what tempers and what aspects. Or what tempers out correctly. How much of this gear do I want to keep? Because I might need to temper it. Oop. Didn't think about that. Let's ungarbage all of you. You can go back. We have another bunk still. That's a terrible roll. You get added in just because you don't suck as bad. You should be proud of yourself. But I'm not going to tag you guys with the favorited tab because I still want to keep track of what's the best gear. But But I should favorite you because you did win. Okay. I already have the uniques for helm, chest, amulet. Amulet's in here. I am wearing the helm and the chest right now that I have. So, and I don't have any unique rings. I did have like X-Falls on there for a little bit, but it synergized better with the early phase of the concept I was running with. It didn't really with later phases. So I got yanked. Okay, rings. Attack, lucky, resource, strength, and resist. Oh yeah, you're a keep. That's no doubt. I got the attack and resource on this one, but the GA's crit strike damage. I'm gonna run with it. It's not part of the build, but I was thinking about adding it in. X-Falls doesn't need to be over here. More, we'll just put you down there. I think those two rings will work well. I'll keep these other... I don't care about you. You at least have a lucky hit and an attack speed rolls that are maxed out. I think that's the gear I need. So let's go helm good, chest good, gloves found, pants found, boots found. We have 2 bonk sticks to work with, 2 one-handers, a slashing weapon, preferably an axe, because we are doing some bleeds. Although we could go for a 2-hander sword. The crit strike damage off that would be more valuable than the bleed, if I'm being entirely honest. So let's go for strength, max life, overpower. I could keep using my sword, in theory. The aspects are wrong. Or not the aspects, the, tempering. Tempering is wrong. Completely. Cannot use that sword. Alright. Let's go through the 2-handers. We have resource cost reduction, bone, and strength. Worst thing. Getting away from an axe. Okay, let's see over here. Do I have any 2-handers of note? Strength, max life. That's even rolled exactly how I want it. We'll see how you work out. I'm sorry, you're such a good roll. You not so much. We'll put you away. You're a fallback option. Don't really care about Voln. I'm gonna steal you. Okay, that's what we got for now. The gloves, let's go ahead and look through here just in case. Armor, attack, lucky. Kind of like these. We'll throw these into the build options as well. Here. How did I roll that bad of this fate? 1 to 51.8% range. I have a 1. Like, seriously? These actually wouldn't be that bad at gloves. Except I'd be losing out on the aspect I need. What is the aspect on those? Ancestral Force. Quakes outward for 20% increased damage. Yeah, I'm not giving up the gloves. Over my dead body. Okay. This sword end up making the cut. Strength, vuln, resource cost reduction. We'll throw you in. I don't think we have another sword to work with. You're the fallback sword. Alright, let's go scrap all this.
You can don't ruin all that work.
Let's take our best and brightest. Sword, bonk stick. Mini bonk stick, mini bonk stick. Gloves were gonna be armor attack lucky. Need on these? Armor, move, resist all. We'll leave you be. Alright, let's go cry a lot because I'm about to temper and it's like gambling. These are Vegas odds. The house always wins, and I'm not the house. Bonk stick. What do we want on the big bonk stick for our tempers? We want Hoda size and overpower. Take it for now. There's my overpower. This is why we carry multiple items. Bonk stick is out of the fight. Slashy stick, pokey stick, whatever. We want size and overpower. Where was size again? There we go. Furious augments. You know, for once in my... Well, since they added this, I shouldn't say for once in my life. For once, I don't want bash cleaves. That was my favoriteest build last season. And now that's all I'm rolling. There's my overpower. Terrible roll. But, we'll roll with it. Proof of concept, nothing more, nothing less. Let's see. Berserk duration and damageable Wrath of the Berserker is active. Take it for now. That's a terrible roll. We'll roll with it. Right, hold on. This one had... I do need a bash cleaves. Because my understanding is bash cleaves allows it to cleave. So I just need it to do that. Gloves, we are going for concussion and overpower. Let's try to get that concussion first. I need a +2 pull on that one. Take what I got for now. Concussion and overpower. There's my overpower. That's completely borked. For the pants. Concussion and Invigorating Fury. This is going to be so fun. So as always roll. Those are a wash. Now we need movement speed and chance to immobilize for 2 seconds. The lucky hit, chance to immobilize doesn't really matter, so... This is something I've never understood. Movement speed. If that's what you want, which is pretty much what everyone wants, you just go with natural motion. Now, you can decrease leap and charge cooldowns by a measly 10%, but the movement speed rule on Barbarian motion, my class specific motion, is not much better. Lunging strike, maybe. I can kind of see it, because the range allows you to jump around the area a lot quicker. One more, please. I'm very sorry. That was the children's school, and you kind of have to answer those phone calls. I mean, you could ignore them, but you never know what they're calling about, so it's better to jump in and handle whatever's going on. So yeah, that's fun. Um, sorry, more kid school stuff. It's like the first full week of school in my area, and everyone is on it. All the things are starting, all the schools are reaching out, everything needs to be done. Okay, here's where we were at. Boots. Zilla boots. We are looking at armor, move, resist all. Okay, that's not stat lines I need. Movement speed and lucky hit to immobilize. Let's go for the movement speed. It's a terrible roll. Pretty much any of these can work, but I don't want slow. So I get slow on a good roll. Thank you. So much Diablo. Thank you. I'll take it. Actually, how many rolls do I have left? 2. And I'm gonna roll with it. Okay, time for rings. We're going for damageable wrath and wrath cooldown reduction. Wrath cooldown reduction. Cool. That ring rolled out well. Cooldown reduction for wrath. Okay, cool. So we lost our pants and our gloves, and the mace is meh. We're gonna call that a loss. So mace, two-hander mace, gloves, and
Don't
pants.
ruin all that work.
Round 2. Fight. So big bonk stick. We want Hoda size and overpower. Size. Cool. Not a great roll, but cool. And then overpower. Oh, come on. Don't do this to me again. You're no fun. You're terrible, in fact. Let's go for the gloves. Gloves. We are looking for concussion and overpower. Now, I'm starting to wonder, do I want to step away from overpower? Because it's only 85, but if I come up here to... What was I looking at when I come by? I really wish I understood the damage numbers at the root of this. Because if I do damage with two-handed bludgeoning weapons plus 55%, I believe that increases the damage. Thank you, Bork. Damage with two-handed bludgeoning, I think if I get a plus 55%, that'll increase the base damage of the bludgeoning weapon. And then, when it overpowers, it'll overpower the percentage increase based off of the base damage. So if I increase the base damage by 55%, that in turn increases the overpower by a flat 55% multiplier, not additive, as if I added overpower to the increase. I think. I'm terrible with math. Like, everything comes down to addition and subtraction for me in my head. But, I think that's how that works. I think. It's painful to try to figure that out. And then there's, of course, things like damage to close. That sounds great when you're bonking everything, but if I'm doing large AoEs, if they are not in direct melee range, they are not classified as close. But then I can do damage to crowd-controlled enemies, which everyone I'm hitting should be crowd-controlled in some way, shape, or form statistically. I should say it is statistically likely that every enemy will be crowd-controlled, but I need to hit them first to crowd-control them. And this is supposed to be a burst damage build, meaning if they're still alive after I hit them the first time, we might have problems already. Not doing damage when swapping weapons. Two-hand mace is the only answer. I'm not going to be berserking all the time. I do have damage while Wrath of the Berserker is active because it's going to be popping on occasion, but I don't want it to be like a soul stat line. So it really comes down to overpower damage. Or damage with two-handed. Let's try to get the concussion on there first. We'll figure it out from there. Yay for a +1 to concussion. I've decided I'm going to tinker with this, and we're going to do damage with two-handed bludgeoning. It's not what my build called for, but I think overall damage numbers will be better at the end. Let's just get everything besides damage with two-handed bludgeoning. Going once, going twice. Aha! We got it! Okay, the gloves will pass muster. Barely. But it will pass muster. You are not good. I might need to pick up some maces or something. And then the pants. We want concussion and invigorating fury. Because I hate myself. There's only 3 lines to roll on this, and if I roll everything but invigorating fury again, I'm just going to lunging strike, heals, lunging strike, heals. Yeah, let's get a terrible roll on it. That's great. That's fine. It's just friggin' wonderful. Nope. Do I have any more pants? We'll try to roll with it, and we'll see how it rolls. I got nothing. Okay. You're not getting a save me for later tab. You're terrible. You disappoint me, so. Okay, let's go through this. We have head, shoulder, knees and toes. Knees and toes. Head, chest. Our uniques already equipped. Gloves. Crappy pants. Das boot. Big stick. Little stick 1, little stick 2. Stabby stick. Ring 1, ring 2. And amulet. Okay, that is all the gear for now. So at least start down the path of getting this build up and running. Let's go ahead and take all these items and start throwing money at the problem of my feelings by enchanting them with lines I need. Where's the enchanter? Right here. Oh, and we need to imprint aspects. Let's go ahead and do the imprint aspects first. So, big stick is edge. Masters. Imprint. Add 1,000,000 a pop. It's going to be great. Limitless rage. What is aspect of the moonrise? Whatever. I don't know how I pulled in as much gear as I have and still don't have all of these upgraded. So this is going to be Berserk. Ripping.
What a superior product.
This one is going to be Gold Splitter. Oh, Expectant. Whoops. It is a Skull Splitter of the Expectant in my build. That's fine. Doesn't really matter. I mean, they're just cosmetic looks at this point. The names don't matter.
Splendid result.
The gloves are going to be of Ancestral Force. The legs are Iron Blood. The boots are of Metamorphosis. It's the Meta.
Exquisite.
Ring 1 is Slaking. Ring 2 is Cursed Touch. It's slacking, slaking, slacking. Yes, I'm aware. I already have the aspect. I don't care about that. And then first. Okie doke. That is done. Now for the really expensive part. Enchanting. Who doesn't love re-rolling stat lines? Strength, max life, and then we just need overpower on this line. Take that for now. And yay. That's terrible. Damage over time we're replacing with overpower. Take that for now. We're just getting it there. Bonk stick is actually good. Small bonk. Mini bonk. Mini bonk 1, mini bonk 2. I need to remember their names. This is important, people. Like, very important. You need to know the names of your weapons. We have big bonk. We have stabby. Little bonk 1. Little bonk 2. I wish I could rename my gear. I would actually name those that right now. So we need to swap out the life on hit for overpower on this one. Thankfully, overpower is a stupidly common and high probability roll. Yay for my build decision making. For the pantaloons. Actually, gloves. Why are we jumping to the pantaloons? For the gloves, we want armor, attack, and lucky hit chance. I'm going to hold off on these until I can put all the gear on and kind of get a feel for it. The gloves are not going to be loved. Pants need resist all, max life, strength. We'll see how that goes. The boots, dust boot, is armor, movement, resist all. We have strength, max life, movement. I think I was gonna drop the armor. I want the max life. Don't so much need the strength. I just need survivability. So I'm gonna drop the strength for nothing. Let's see if they work. As is. Fresh out of the box, ready to roll. Let's see. The rings are all over the place because it doesn't really matter with the rings because you have two identical items, and you just need to have the stat lines you need. That's all there is to it. A lot of people get stuck in the build guides on like what ring is supposed to have what lights. It's supposed to have this aspect with these exact lines. It doesn't matter. They're thought swap, switchable. Roll whatever you want. If you find the oddest combination that gives you the stat lines you need, cool. Nobody cares. You just need the stat lines. What item piece it's on is irrelevant. Well, in relation to the ranks. Once you start looking at things like amulets, two-handers, that's a different story. And then restrictions for lines on items. But yeah, in the context of two different rings, it doesn't matter. We're gonna add in a bunch of what ifs and buts statements to that. Doesn't matter. Is it already noon? Oof. Okay. So for the rings, we have resource cost reduction, lucky hit, strength. So really we want resource, lucky hit, attack speed, and that's about it. So, resource cost reduction is kind of called for in the build. We'll keep that one. Attack speed is called for in the build, but crit strike damage is not. So we're going to enchant that off. And hey, I got a resist all. That's kind of cool. I'll take it. For now. Let's go ahead and take a look at the other one. We have strength, overpower, which I have plenty of that, and another plus 60% on top of the 3,000 and something the build has is not a good use of a stat line. That can be saving my butt. And we do have a call for strength and Not so much the resource cost reduction. These actually aren't great rings. I don't know what I was doing. But we got a lucky chance on our first roll. Midline. Okay.
Don't be a
Now,
stranger.
I need
Come
to come
back.
over here. Back to the stash. We are dedicating you to our barbarian that currently exists. Let's spin to win. We're going to unequip all of this. I'm going to need those shreds back. Just so they don't accidentally get deleted. Okay. Armor's a bit lower than I would like. But let's get the skill tree and whatnot rebuilt.
Akarat's blessing on that one.
One, two, three, four, five. Cold and poison. Let's hope the Paragon board fixes some of this. Theory crafting makes my eyes burn. Staring at the screen and thinking and not just hitting things. This is not the Barb way. We just want to hit things. Hard. And a lot. Preferably hard and a lot. But sometimes you just gotta, like, be smart and make sure you're using the right weapons to do the job and wearing armor stuff. Really wish they added an aspect, like, for every point below your armor threshold, you do X amount of more damage to really lean into the Barb way. And then do something like just stupid amounts of life regen. So yeah, you're losing your armor and your damage resist. But it's like, you have to hit me really friggin' hard to kill me. And maybe add like a Paragon glyph or something that gives us damage resistance some other way with something about not wearing armor. You know, to be thematic. Then I can run around with no cosmetics and just look absolutely silly. Then they couldn't sell their cosmetics. Never mind, it's never gonna happen. Okay. What was I doing? Ah, Paragon and skill tree time. Respec mode. Refund all. Let's go blow this out. Let's bring up the skill tree. And we will walk through this. That's where I messed it up. Confirm. That one's done. How much is Paragon gonna cost me? Refund all. I'm gonna be broke. I really broke. Leroy. Oof. You know what I did not do? Like an idiot? Make sure my own glyphs were up to 15 for each of these. Isn't that great? Way to go, Brute. Let's see, this is... And we're stepping into Bun Crusher. I think that's a metal song. Bone Breaker? Oh, Bone Breaker with the Crusher. With cool. Preview. How we in there? Let's put the board. We may need to be running a few nightmares when this build is built. Which wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Is it going to be Blood Rage and Ire? Now, I will say, the Paragon board is probably my weakest point. So if I need to rebuild this board from where it's at, then that's going to just be my life. Kind of want the free 20% fire resist. Come on, bird. Carry on. This next one shall be a Decimator and Dominate. Yeah, this build's going to be a bit neutered until we get to where it needs to be. Sad. That's the way the cookie crumbles. Give me a second. I gotta text the teenager. Let's see. Carnage and Marshall. She's on a hiking trip today. She goes to a really amazing school. Not paid or anything fancy like that. It's just a school that prioritizes like being a teenager. Like, yeah, the education's really important, but they're encouraged to exhibit growth and strength and to be self-advocating in their own person, which I think is absolutely essential for a young growing person. I see another. Man, I'm gonna cry. But for a young person who, the goal of us parents, the people who are in charge of these fledgling sociopaths that we love so much, is to prepare them for the world outside and to get them to that point, you know? And schools only care about test scores and grades, and teenagers don't. I mean, who really cares about what grade you got in high school? Once you're into your mid-20s or anything post-college like entry, they don't. Nobody cares. Ever. But they're told it's the most important thing in their life because they need to make it to college. Which is our society failing our youth by telling them that their intelligence is the only thing valuable that they can ever have. Their social skills, their strengths, their everything that makes them a person is the most important thing they can have in their life. Intelligence is not to be scoffed at. I am definitely an advocate for making sure your kids are as educated and intelligent as possible. But as with all things, you have to make them well-rounded. Go ask anyone who has a confirmed, like, extremely high IQ or anything to that effect. People who are not normal thinkers, even artists, people who do not have typical neuro processing, really, and ask them what is most important to them. Because I can bet you it's not going to be the time they spent in high school reading a textbook and then regurgitating it verbatim. And if you go look at their college time as well, they're not going to say it's reading the textbooks in college. It was presenting work and finding that information, not reading out the textbook. And a lot of people just don't understand how that works because they were taught one way. And that's just the way society does things, which is wrong. You should raise people to their strengths, not fit them all into one neat little box and tell them the best way to be in our society is to be the way they're told. Otherwise, you don't get great thinkers. Everyone looks at some of the smartest people we have in the history books of the recent eras, and they're all eccentric. They're all oddballs. Einstein? Stephen Hawking? Like, these aren't your neurotypical people. The ones who, like, change the way we view the world. And then you go from the highly scientific over to the highly artistic, and it's the same thing. They're not neurotypical. They don't think like us. They don't see the world the way we do, the normal people. Not that any one person is really normal. We're all a little crazy here. It's just this idea that you all have to fit in the box or else we'll make you fit in the box. And it's just like, why? Why do we have to fit into your little box? What is so important about your little box that makes it better than the box I enjoy? Answer is nothing. Okay. I believe the build is completed. The gear is on the body. Let's double check the aspects because I know I missed something. Okay, we have Edgemasters. Cool. Limitless Rage. Cool. Berserk Ripping and Expectant. Expectant and Berserk Ripping. Cool. Let's come up to Gloves of Ancestral Force. Iron Blood Leggings. Metamorphosis Boots. Slaking and Accursed. Yes. And then Banished Lords. And then on our head we have Lucian, and on our chest we have Rage. Okay, the gear is in place. The stat lines are mostly right. Let's go step outside into the Helltide and see how badly this functions. If I can even kill something, I will proceed forward with this build. If I cannot kill a thing, we may reevaluate.
I need more time. I'm out of fury.
It's actually holding up in the Helltide. I need glyphs. That's what I really
What
need.
is this?
Survivability's a little rough. But it's working as advertised.
I need more fury.
Yeah, Fury Generation feels a little rough. But yeah. And I may need to raise my crit strike chance. But I think it's functioning. So the idea was, when we were doing the build, was I was going to have some fortify actively flowing in via Invigorating Fury. Heal for 12% of your max life for every 100 Fury spent. But I don't really have enough Fury flowing in to spend it quite so willy-nilly. So I need some Fury on kill. I mean, may need to work my board a little bit to get that Fury. I'm not seeing it. It's saying there's 2 nodes on my board. Should have Fury. I'm not seeing them. Oh. Oh, we need to put Wrath into this build. That additional bonus, skills that critically strike generate 3 Fury. What's this? Doesn't work for this build, sadly. Sorry, Seething. I don't do swords. Okay. Let's go to Kiowa's shed. The test room. I want to see damage numbers in a controlled environment. I think the test room was up here. I've never really paid attention to it. I think I've been in there one time. I always figured once you hit like level 100 or even like world tier 4 in general, the litmus test is go into the Helltide. And once you're in the Helltide, see if you die or if you kill. Ta-da. And if you kill very quickly, cool. If you do not, you should probably go fix something. Alright, let's do...
I don't have enough fury.
I need to turn on the damage numbers. Gameplay...
I don't have enough fury. I'm out of fury.
That is not the millions of damage I was hoping for. Just gonna start there with that.
I need more fury.
I really only want to see when I'm overpowering, and I'm not so good with colors. Heh.
I don't have enough fury.
2, 3, 4, strike. Okay, that's half a mil on average. Half a mil. And my rough math was much more than that. So. Yeah, I'm missing like 1,000 points of overpowered damage. Cool. My attack speed's not up to snuff. At least the bludgeoning weapon damage is there. Attack speed needed to be higher by almost 20% from what my build was showing. Armor's low. I think that's where my survivability concerns were coming from. Because I have 20 life on hit. Isn't great, I know, but it's something. And then you add in a bunch of damage reduction and so on and so forth, and then, yeah. Let's try an Infernal Horde. See how it goes. Just a tier 2. Not going to be the highest level things. But I want to feel it in a larger environment. Because the Helltide is nice. Infernal Hordes are hordes. Ow.
I'm low on fury. I need more fury. I'm low on fury.
That was rough. That was very rough. I'm going to go ahead and leave that. It's Fury Generation. Wasn't there something that while I have shouts, I gain... I think what I want is Fury on Kill. I need Fury on Kill for this. Because if the pack is large enough and I kill, say, 10 creatures, and I get back 4 Fury on Kill, that's 40, which will more than pay for Hammer of the Ancients doing an AoE kill on a cast. So I just need 4 Fury on Kill, and it will feed the machine. The issue will be once you come into bosses to keep Fury Generation, and that's where Bash is there to supply us with Fury. And hitting them with Bash does grant us Fortify, which isn't the worst thing in the world. So... how my resistance is looking... pretty garbage overall. I'm gonna roll off that life on hit. Actually, what were my gloves calling for? Those are terrible gloves. So I'll keep Hoda, I'll roll off life on hit, and go for Fury on Kill, I think. Let's see. Let's bring up my gloves in the build manager. Can I even get a life on hit on the gloves? Or not life on hit. Fury on Kill. No. Okay. So not the gloves, but let's go to Kid Bardu, the best town in the game, if anyone is willing to argue. It's the only town in the game worth going to. Also, I will not be streaming tomorrow. Sadly, I have internet upgrade coming to my house. I'm getting fiber. It's gonna be beautiful. Oh no. Um. So, a lot of people don't know this, but I love national parks. I love the idea of national parks. I think it's a beautiful thing, and I love nature. My background of spending entirely too much time in nature, mostly against my will, um, doesn't lead towards me wanting to be in nature too much. But I love the beauty. You can't deny the beauty of nature. But sadly, the Double Arch in Utah, at the Glen Canyon National Park, recreation area, I guess, collapsed. It's been around for a long time. I mean, a natural formation. But there's just been wear and tear on it from nature. Nothing more, nothing less. So, yeah, it went down. That's it. And I've been to Lake Powell. I've seen that one. So, that's the way things go sometimes. Remember, protect the natural resources you have. And that's not just oil. It's everything. What was I gonna do? Oh, I was gonna roll off something. For Fury on kill. Let's see.
Stay on the path. Need something blessed? Cursed, perhaps?
I'm gonna have to give up one of my overpowers. This one is going away because it was a lower roll. And we want 4 Fury on kill, and I am beyond broke. That's great. Do. Oh, you know where I can probably pull some cash quick? Running in that quest.
Wanderer.
And look! Cash! And items. And things. See if anything is worthwhile. Ring first. Don't care about you. Chest, don't care. Yellow, yellow. Strength, max life, bone. Terrible strength roll, terrible max life roll. Garbage. Garbage, garbage, garbage. Garbage. Better. I'll give it that, but garbage. Garbage. Oh, nope, nope, nope. We're not deconstructing. Besides you, you have an aspect. You all get sold.
Good business. Come on.
1.4 mil. Items from deconstruct. Let's come over to our cultist. Enchant item. We're gonna roll off overpower for Fury on hit, please, or on kill. I'll take a 3. That might help ease the Fury issue. And then let's see.
How can I help? Rare to have something so fine.
Alright, I'm gonna step away for just a second. I'll be back in about 2 minutes. I returned. Okay. Bunch of tier 3s. Where's the chest? There's the chest. Want to dump a bunch of these in there. I want that
Well,
deconstructing
let's have a look.
you. What was the damage? Nightmare Dungeon, or level ring. I always forget. Take the tier, add 54. I'll give you your level. I want about level 100. So let's do... Let's do some of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cool.
Another happy customer.
Yep. That was about on par. Okay. And damage output is still abysmal. Unsure why. Because when I do overpower, it pops.
low on
not
fury.
ready yet.
Attack speed. Attack speed. I just do not swing fast enough. Like when it overpowers, and it does it very well. It's not even up to spec yet, but a proper overpower is one hit quit on most everything.
I don't have enough fury.
To remember to use my dodge a bit more. That is a weapon unto itself. Alright, so attack speed. I need a lot more attack speed. There's a shrine.
I'm a fool.
I'm out of fury.
Okay, First boss, equal level. Let's see how this goes. Very quick on the CC. Lots of stagger coming out. So once I get the damage up, definitely CC heavy. No real risk. Damage issue or life issues are resolved. That's nice. Paragon board needs a wheel. And I need attack speed. How much attack speed, though, is the question. How much can I get away with? If I can get that up. D8 attack speeds, that's going into the build. Not lucky hit. Attack speed. Let's see. More attack speed. Pretty much everywhere. I don't really got cash for that right now. That's not a bad sword.
Stay on the path.
Go ahead and put you in stash. Challenging shout. Not there.
Ah, a warrior. How may I serve?
Let's see if I can convert some of this into something. My gloves are still pretty hot garbage, so let's buy some gloves.
The wind find what next will be better.
Okay. My gloves were calling for armor, attack speed, lucky hit. I really want the attack speed, so that's not helping me all that much. That's cool. Thanks. That will max out rapid, so maybe that's actually what I could do. Is put rapid on to increase the attack speed. No, I want overall attack speed. Bash is nice and all, but doesn't quite fit. Not giving up Edge Masters or Limitless Rage. That's just kind of what it is.
Wind favor you.
I need more fury.
What's spiking the fury cost? That jumped up to a cost of 79. Yeah, 73. It gets more expensive every time I hit. No, I don't care about the events.
I'm not ready yet.
Okay. Ooh, a newer Moldnies. Terrible. Okay, and... Nope. Let's go and bump up this. Oh.
I must win.
Yeah, it's kind of painful to play right now. There's a lot of clicking involved. Because I'm not going to stare at my skill bar the whole time to see when Hoda's up. So it's just click, 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 click. Just back and forth. You're pretty much just going like that nonstop. It's almost like back when I used to play paintball. And you just going. It's highly annoying. But it's a common issue with barbs. Because you need fury generation to then spend the fury. So you can make more fury. And I've noticed that Hoda gets more expensive the more often I hit with it. Until it decreases in fury cost. I've seen it spike up into the 70s. That's atrocious. Health is good. It can be better. But I'm not rolling perfect stat lines. Attack speed seems to be the big limiter right now. I need to just swing faster. A lot faster. The overpower damage seems good. The bosses I've gone up against at around level 100, I don't insta-kill, but I'm doing so much stun and all that fun stuff to them that their stagger is just silly. The boss I ran in a nightmare was staggered twice before I killed him. And yeah, I mean, that's really not that bad in the grand scheme. A little bit slower. It's not an instant boss killer, but if I can take the hits and just sit there and beat on them, then I'll take the hits and sit there and beat on them. Until it gets better. So I'm trying to figure out why is Hoda getting so much more expensive for no apparent reason. And then I need to figure out the attack speed issue. Right now my gear is just not really built for attack speed. Like I have these gloves that are G8 attack speed. Wait. Oh, and you get health, move, and attack speed. I thought it just gave health. Huh. Well, let's see. We got Soul Spires, which I like. Don't really need attack speed, and don't care about that. This build is liking the Soul Spires, because clumping them all together, which I already picked up on this run, is very nice. And draining my health is not a large concern. Right now, I only have damage numbers on for overpower. So you can see when it is overpowering. And when it does overpower on strike, it just overpowers. Everything around me dies. And it does decent against bosses, so I think it's just fine-tuning it at this point. Getting the actual stat lines I want. I don't want to be slowed in this build.
I'm not ready yet.
I want to see the infernal demon up against me. I want to see it.
Fresh meat!
I took him. He died like a punk. You know, for a slap together build, I'm kind of okay with this. I'm running a tier 3. Level 100 enemies in the Horde. Solo. With a very rough build. It's really, I think I need to fix the Paragon. That is the only thing I can think of that is holding me back at this point. Because I need more Fury generation. So it does it, it's just really slow. Really, I just need cash right now. Oh yeah. Give me that money. 10 mil. That is viable. What did I get that's new? Oh, I'm curious. Hold on. Show me that again, sir. Ma'am, I guess. Okay. That's cool. A haka. One of my favorites because it's the OG. Yeah. A strange long haul build. That's one way to look at it. I need to up the damage numbers so it's less of a long haul and more of just a blap. It's survivable. It's not the fastest killer. Definitely not a pit runner. It had a reasonable amount of stuff on the horde, but it can definitely be better. Which comes back around to, why am I getting such a high cost every time I hit Hoda? I want it hitting more often. Because I'm spending more time fury generating. And that's interesting. I don't think my resistance are even capped either. No. I was just that friggin' tanky. Let's see.
Stay on the path. Heed no evil.
See? The finest quality. Ha! Let's see the bards make that.
Oh, my armor wasn't even up to snuff. That's just tanky. I think I made him a little too tanky. Whoops. Let's then bring this over to screen. This is the build so far. And it's Paragon where the primary issue is. Should probably rename these. We're just kind of playing around with this. What was straight chance? Oh, it's right there. Yeah, it's 22. That's not terrible. Your damage is increased by 10% of your damage while berserking bonus, up to a maximum of 30%. I need to increase my damage while berserking bonus. Okay. We'll stick that down there. Okay. Minor shift to the build, which will lean more heavily into generating fury to keep it going. Okay. Let's go ahead and bring this up over here. Go. Ash. And blow this up. This is Warbringer preview. Make sure I have the right locations. Okay, forward. Come in right here. All the way out. Down one, all the way out. Down to the node. And all the way up. Okay, I did refund some. So this got a refund right here. I'd love to get to that Warbringer. I might have to shift the boards around a little bit. Wonder if there's a tool that can like auto look at the boards and like re-optimize them for pathing progress. I know it's a huge like programming issue. Do that junk in college. No offense to the programmers. I just hate programming. Let's see, I am missing something. What was that? Wrath goes right there. No. Oof, need to upgrade Wrath immediately. Mostly looks the same. This is all the same. missing something. Because my final board is not matching board state I have. Think? Oh, because I shifted this. That's what it is. Okay. That's valid. That's valid. What else am I missing? I'll probably drop max life right here. 4% max life is not game changing. But I'm still 2 up from my build guide I'm building. So what did I add those to? See, this is why incremental changes saved and documented are important. Documentation is everything. Up, up, up. Now we're over here. That's all the same. Alright, let's go back to the starter board and we'll just work our way up because I'm missing something. That's all good. Step off there, come over, up and down. There was one I had on the board and removed, but I'm going to take that off. And we're going to come up, and then up here. We're going to split left, up to the strength, good. Strength over 1, strength right 1, cool. Fill this block here, 2, go over, 1 down, force the node, and we're up to the edge there. That's a different board. Come back over here. Let's follow this pathing. So from the split, we go up 1, 2, go all the way over, 3, fill the block, come up all the way to the gate. Okay. Then go up, all the way over, all the way up, and hit all of this. Okay. Now we're over here. We're going to cut all the way to the right. We're going to come down so we can shoot all the way over to node with the gap right there being worked around because we need more strength hit for more damage roll berserking. Then we come up right down 1 and hit the node because we need a little extra dex. We have strength for days. Now around the node we go up 1, 2, 3 and then out 1, 2, 3 and then up and down. That's all valid. Now we come to the right or left, your other left. We step out 1, 2, go down, shift over tail end of that break. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, hit node. 1, 2, 3 up, left 1, 2 right. That's all valid. We do fill that block. We come down to the rare node and hit 2 off to the side for extra willpower. 2 To appease the glyph socket. Now off the top left-hand corner, we go Alt 1, up 1, Alt 1, down 1, Alt 1. Go and hit the legendary node, and then we shoot up from here. Here we do shoot out over to the rare. We did remove those two, documented. Go to the top, go to the right, next gate. Move all the way up, bump over 1. Move up, fill in this block here. Move 1 to the right, grab the node, and get up to this rare node using that exact path. Then right off the node by 2, down by 1. That's what we're missing. Oh, we do need that. Well, we could also just put it there. That's more beneficial. When the node is level 15, that will appease its secondary requirement. Stand by, give me a moment. My glasses came in. Bought some new glasses, 'cause I was tired of these old frames. I've had these for about 3 years. So I got some new lenses. I also bought a pair for my son, because he's as blind as his father. Take a look at what we got. First up, sunglasses. Sorry, I look at the camera view for some reason. I think I look spiffy. Just standard black frames, nice tinting. They are polarized though. My computer does not like them. Interestingly, my 4K monitor doesn't care. A 1080p monitor cares. Huh. That's really cool. Yeah, this monitor. Oh, its polarization is in a different direction. That's why. I was like, did new screen tech come into the world that I was unaware of? For anyone watching, they're from Zenny. I hope Zenny sponsors me, because that's where I've been buying my glasses for years. If I can get some cheap glasses, I'm all about it. If you ever have a kid with really bad eyes, you'll realize what cheap glasses mean. We'll go and put those away. Those are going to the car. It's there for outside time. Yes, it's that place that exists outdoors. Supposedly there's grass out there. Can not confirm nor deny the existence of grass. These are my sons. Well, kind of a nice, cool, I don't want to say carbon fiber, but a textured, like, metal look to them. I'll leave those for him to open up. He's just getting to the age where looking cool is starting to become a thing, but he also can't be bothered to put on clothes that don't look like he's homeless, so we're working on it. My new computer glasses. A much smaller frame was the idea I went with on these. hopefully something a lot lighter. A lot less prone to trying to dent my head inwards. Nice flexible frame. Much thinner. I like these. They feel light. They are light. I'll take my headphones off. Eh. I can barely even tell there's a frame. I look pretty. New glasses. Live on stream. Yay. Now for old balding man head to be tilted back a little bit so everyone doesn't see how thin it's getting up top. Alright, so I have 3 points left to reach something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We are 25% of the way there for that fortify. Not essential. So what can I do with 3 points? Well, physical damage. Resistance to all elements would be helpful. It's going to be 10.5 right there. That's where we're going to put our 3 for now. Which means also I need dex. I don't need that. Now, in the final build, I am hitting the 25% or the 25 dexterity. I just need to level up the glyph. But getting that resistance to all elements will increase survivability. I don't care too much about the maximum fury. I just need fury on kill so I can keep the fury generation going. Go ahead and save the profile over here on Maxwell GG. Okay. Turn that off. Resistances are a wee bit higher. After bludgeoning is still good. Overpowered damage is low. Crit strike chance is slightly raised with damage raised. Armor still low. A fair amount of damage reduction. Let's see. 16. Let's say 24. 24. 32, 42. I'm always fortified. So 42. 49, 59. And if I'm healthy, 59, 63, 73 damage, 73% damage reduction while healthy, pretty much, and from close. I think that's where a large amount of that is coming from, and that's not even including armor. It's 85% too. Yeah, I'm really cutting back on the damage. 7 Fury on kill. That'll help. So as long as I'm killing about 10 enemies in a pack, Hoda will continue running itself. Which is nice. Let's go ahead and get back to local glyphs. I take a... actually, I need to cut off here in about 30 minutes. I'm probably going to run this one, wrap things up. Because kids come home from school. It's my first week with them in school. First day with them in school. So, I need to make sure everything goes smoothly.
I must wait.
Seems to be working out okay now. Let's chomping through him a bit faster. Not as fast as one may like, but it's a reasonable amount. For incomplete Paragon glyphs, it's working.
I'm not ready yet.
So I think the overpower on timers is not the most beneficial thing I have. Because it's really just giving Bash overpower. I can probably reallocate that to something else that's a little bit more beneficial. Because I don't really need Bash overpowering. Bash is just Fury generation. And see, like, dominate, cool, but I like the increased overpower damage, but every 20 seconds my next attack will overpower is not something I necessarily need. That's gonna be nifty. It's not really essential. That is not bad. Disembowel's getting put into the board, but I will deal with that later. I probably need to step off right now. But it has been a pleasure. Thank you very much for those who tuned in. And I hope you guys have a wonderful afternoon and or evening. See you tomorrow. Well, nope, not tomorrow. Internet upgrade and install tomorrow. I'll probably be playing some games, but I don't want to stream and then have to go offline at a indeterminate amount of time. So we shall see.